every couple of years, this year that just shit hit the fan is just bad. A couple of years ago, we had Katrina, followed by the fires, and I know there was something else. Before that, there was 9/11, the war. Well, basically a bunch of shit that happened in the war. But this year, first we get one of the basketball legends, if not one of the greatest of all time, die. R.I.P. Then that gets forgotten about when the entire planet gets sick and basically gets locked down. And now the only thing that's putting that on the back burner is thanks to a stupid racist cop. Half of the U.S. is on fire, and we might see the second Civil War. Like all those crazy fuckers that say the South will rise again. Well, they were kind of right about the second Civil War part, but not the South. This is the people finally getting tired of the government. And the politics and everything hiding corruption and stuff. And us finally wanting to not only expose the blue veil, but tear that motherfucker down. And if we have to set that veil on fire, along with and burn down the entire building with it, fine. The only thing I gotta say is, damn, I'm glad I live in Canada. You guys are screwed. First, you got a president that completely ignores all the doctors and scientists' suggestions of, hey, everybody is still dying from this thing. The lockdown shouldn't go away. And then, when the entire country's burning and people are crying for justice, instead of doing what the logical thing would do is get the cop and the handful of people everybody's pissed at right off the bat and throw them to the fucking wolves to mitigate this thing. What does he do? He decides to try to squash the peaceful protest by calling the army. Because turning your country into a military state never ends bad. The government putting their throat on civil rights never ends bad. Isn't the U.S. built on the fact that when the government back then was taxing too much and controlling too much and not giving enough freedoms, you guys took your freedom? He does know. And then the Civil War was, hey, this is bad, we're against this, we're gonna prove it's bad and take it over. Like, anytime in the U.S. history, the second you guys have a thing to fight for, nobody gives up. That's the one thing you can always say about the States. They may have a violence problem, but when they have something to fight for, that violence problem really doesn't grip. And if Trump doesn't be careful, the next building they're gonna burn down is gonna be a big white one. Because if all he's doing is helping the cops squash the protest and this cop ends up walking, everybody's gonna blame him. And if they can't vote him out, well, there's two ways a president has known to leave office. Either by getting voted out, by getting thrown out, or by going for a car ride in the middle of the day, or by going to see a play. Those last two might not be the best idea. And I'm not going to say anything past that, because past that, people might flip this into me threatening. But yeah, I wouldn't go see no plays or go for a car ride. The last two presidents that did those things that the people didn't agree with, that didn't end so good. And both of them were way more loved than he is. And are still more loved.